South Dakota. We have done 410 miles today so far. We just came out of Wyoming. This is US 212. We're coming up on the city or town of Belforche, B-E-L-L-E F-O-U-R-C-H-E, I believe it is. Yeah, Belforche. So we'll see how long we keep the live stream going here for this. But this has pretty much been my view for most of the day. Hills, mountains off in the distance, rolling grassland, farm, cattle, whatnot. We came from Belgrade, Montana. We had a bit of problem with our ED this morning, our electronic logging device, telling me I had no hours drive time available. And I started at 4:30 a.m. Had to stop immediately. Had to wait for an answer from the office. So I lost 2 hours of time for the day. So we should have passed here 2 hours ago. But nothing I can do about that. All I can do is as I can do. When the computer's messing up, I don't move. But since I already started moving this morning, then it messed up, I stopped as soon as I possibly could. Sent off an email, communication saying, hey, I'm having a problem. Please advise or correct. Let me know what's going on. But instead of being able to get down the road at 4:30 a.m., I had to wait around till 6:30 before I could leave. And that's going to affect where I can stop today. I'm going from mountain time into central time. I lose an hour of daylight on that, which, believe it or not, does impact when you can find a parking spot. Because where I would like to go here in Murdo, South Dakota, they have limited amount of parking. It's on a major interstate, I-90, or I'm sorry, yeah, on I-90. So finding a parking spot at the end of the day that's safe, able to be authorized, an acceptable parking spot, and it's a legal parking spot, and I'm authorized to park there by whoever owns that that piece of land. Those are considerations I always take into effect. So the difference between 4:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m., believe it or not, is a pretty large one. Now, because we're 2 hours behind what we normally would be, I would have gotten there at like 3:30. I would have had no problems finding parking spot. But now, if I try to get there at 5:30, 6 o'clock, it's going to be a lot tougher. So I'm probably not going to stop there. There's a rest area about half an hour to the west of Murdo. That's about as far as I'm going to be able to get today. 570 miles. I wanted to do 600 today by getting to Murdo. You know, if I couldn't find something that's at 3:30 in Murdo, I could have gone on another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours down the road to find something a little bit further down the road, but with the gremlins in the computer that I have to deal with as part of the job, I lost 2 hours of daylight, which is a pain in the neck. A severe pain in the neck.
Turn right onto 5th Avenue.
And a big old monkey wrench in my plans for the day. Now, could I get lucky and get to Murdo and have a free parking spot I can get into? Yeah, there's always that chance. But I don't like taking those chances. Now, tomorrow, from Murdo, we have about 640 miles to get where I want to get. I could. Nice stop. Nice use of a turn signal there, you know, Mr. Postman, Postwoman. Ugh. Right, but like I said, you know, but where I was going to stop, you know, tomorrow, like I said, it was 640 miles, a little bit longer of a day, but it's doable.
In half a mile, turn right onto 5th Avenue. Speed limit reduced ahead.
This is Belforge, South Dakota. Now, 640 miles, I can do that in a day, pretty much no problem. Add another 28 miles to that, that's still doable. I've done, you know, that'd be 671 miles, approximately. I can do that in a day. I'm not entering Mountain Time Zone, I'm going west, I'm going east.
Turn right onto 5th Avenue.
Alright. So down through the town here, and turn on to South Dakota 34 in about 2 miles. And then we're going to keep heading down towards Spearfish, towards Sturgis. This is the Belforge River. We're about to cross over on this bridge. Get over in the left-hand lane.
Turn left onto SD Highway 34.
Then we don't have to make a last-minute try to get over. We're gonna get over nice and early. Belforge, South Dakota. Like I said, we can do 680 miles tomorrow, and where I can get to, I know I will have parking, even if I have to reserve it. and I'm going to do my dangest to not, to be up at 3:30 in the morning, 4 a.m. to get going as early as possible. And since I won't have to worry about crossing the time zone tomorrow, I'll stay in Central Time all day tomorrow. It's not, I'll be able to stop a lot earlier and guarantee a parking spot without having to pay for it. But it's still going to be a 10 hour, 45 minute day's drive. So it's not going to be that bad. Way to go! Then from there, I got 566 miles to my first receiver in Nashville. That little beep there tells me I have 1 hour and 1 minute left on my clock before I have to take my 30-minute break. And I need basically 45 minutes to get to Rapid City. Missy C, how you doing? So this is Belforge, South Dakota. We got about 50 miles to go down to Rapid City, where we're going to stop. We have to do a 30-minute break. Then from there,
turn left onto ST Highway 34.
Then from there, we're going to keep heading eastward, southeast-ish. I would like to make Murdo, South Dakota today, but the time necessary when I'm going to get there is probably not going to happen. Oh yeah, this guy's turning into here. I don't want to turn into there. This is where I want to turn.
Turn left onto ST Highway 34.
And the fact of doing construction here makes it a little bit tougher. You got oversized load here with some hay. I want to get out of his way as fast as I can. Sir. Leave him as much room as we can get so we can get that hay away, around that corner.
Changing time zone. Changing time zone.
Changing time zone. Changing time zone.
Changing time zone.
All right.
Changing time zone.
Make up your mind what you want me to do. All right. Yes, it does. Most of the time I have the volume all the way down for the ELD. Some systems don't give you an auditory alert. This one does. But normally, I have the volume all the way down. Because, it does that kind of beeping and crap, and I normally don't like it, but as I was driving, I was listening to a message. That's the only reason I had the volume up. Whatever. Pardon me. So, 17 miles ahead, we're going to get back onto I-90 and take that east. This is South Dakota 34. I could have gone straight instead of turning at that stoplight. I could have gone straight and got to I-90, but I don't particularly care going that way. I mean, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I prefer coming this way. It's rough, you know. I think the other way, if I went straight, is like maybe 3 miles, 5 miles longer, something like that. So there never was a reason for me to go that way unless there was construction on this road or the road was closed, which it has been once or twice. I've come down through Belforge. So, but I prefer staying off the major interstate if possible. You know, if I'm ever given a choice. Oh well, Mr. Ross Rome. Always a pleasure. Unfortunately, Mr. Romes, Sir Romes, I was not able to watch your last video you put up. I do intend on watching it. I think that's what I think it said. Londonderry is where you were. You probably have to for your last video you put up. But I do intend on watching that because I always enjoy watching the London area, one of the boroughs of London. But always a pleasure to have you. This is South Dakota. This is farm country. Guy's got his beehives out in the field there. Over here we have lots of hay stacked up on the right and the left. Big old round bales. You have to watch that too there, Ron. Like I said, it is being, you know, the Ray McNally GPS unfortunately has a problem with where the time zones are. A lot of, you know, when you get close to, you know, when you get 100 miles of the actual time zone line, it'll flick out Mountain Central. It'll do it 100 point. Round bills out here. Of the square bales, something like that, either 6 or 7 square bales. Square bales you can lift, one person can move around fairly easy, but the round bales, they're faster to make. I think they store a little bit better, you know, less rye, less loss. So I think a lot of farmers prefer the round bales, but the round bales are harder to transport. That's the only thing. Hey, Sean Keating, how you doing? South Dakota, South Dakota. Like I said, we got about 43 miles down here to Rapid City. We will be stopping in there for our 30-minute break. I will be putting up the announcement video for Sunday night dinner, the audience choice dinner. I have made my decision, so I'll let you all know what the selection's going to be ahead of time, but I will post it for Facebook and YouTube. It'll be in the comments, but here's the basic outline for Sunday night audience choice dinner. Number 1, beef and ricotta ravioli. Number 2, barbecue chicken. Number 3, beef, chicken, or shrimp stir fry. I haven't decided what protein I'm going to use. Number 4, rice. Number 5, beef and potato soup. We are good, Sean. We're just moseying along here, trying to get the day done. Computer acted up this morning, lost 2 hours of daylight. I made tonight a little bit shy, I think, of where I actually wanted to stop. I wanted to stop in Murdo, South Dakota, but parking is very limited there. So I may stop half an hour short of that. I believe it's Belvedere, South Dakota. There's a rest area along the way, about half an hour before Murdo. So stop there for the night. It adds another half an hour, another 28 miles to my trip for tomorrow. But tomorrow, I can go a lot longer and still get there to where I want to stop. Oh goody, this guy wants to get on the road here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Very reckless place to stop. On a curve where you can't see behind you. And if you did see behind you, you wouldn't have pulled out in front of that truck that's coming down the road. Me. You could have pulled over here in front of this convenience store. Because the curve goes around to the driver's side. You need to pay attention to what you're doing. All right, this is St. Onge, O-N-G-E, South Dakota. St. Onge. Hey, Lisa D. Lisa D Vlogs. How you doing, ma'am? Been a while since I've seen you. Sturgis, 14 miles ahead. 450,000 motorcycle riders converse on Sturgis, South Dakota this year. $450,000 bike riders in Sturgis, South Dakota this year. And nobody's dying of the COVID-19. I I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. I've had no real major problems, minor things, a little bit of truck issue, a little bit of computer issue this morning, but other than that, we are doing good. We're heading back from Washington, Oregon, Montana. We're heading all the way back to Atlanta with one stop in Nashville along the way. But Monday being the holiday, we are not going to be delivering on Monday, which we could. I will be in the area Monday, but I'm not going to be able to deliver because my receivers are going to be closed. So Sunday I'll be either in Oak Grove, Kentucky, or Clarksville, Tennessee, in that eastern or western Kentucky, Tennessee area, a bit north of Nashville. See what we see. Stop for Sunday night and Monday. Hey, Lori's Crochet Corner 2. How you doing, Lori? Welcome to South Dakota. So 4 miles up the road here, we're going to get to I-90. That leaves about 32 miles to Rapid City, where we're going to stop and we're going to do a load check. We're going to do a 30-minute break. And I think I'll take advantage of it being a Pilot Flying J. Lewis Legacy, how you doing? Yeah, I remember you. I got you on Facebook a while, about almost a month ago, maybe 3 weeks at the most, something like that. But it's good to have you. Like I said, we'll take advantage of being there in Rapid City at the Pilot Fly J. Fuel. I have half a tank of fuel, three-quarter tank of DEF. Do my 30-minute break. Top up my tanks. Might as well, since I'm there already. Check my load. And we will go from there. So we're just rolling along nice and easy today, despite the delay this morning. I wanted to get to Murdo tonight, but it just don't look like it's going to happen. But we will do the best we can. I'm not going to be parking on off ramps. I'm not going to be parking where I'm not allowed to. I just don't do that kind of stuff. If it's only vicariously, it's still okay. Believe me, there's many places I've seen through the television screen, through the computer screen. And I still wish I could get to, but, you know. All right, I-90 right here over top of this bridge. Spearfish to the right, to the west. Sturgis to the left, to the east. And then of course, beyond Sturgis, we got to get to Rapid City. We have 41 minutes left on our clock until we must stop. We need about 30 minutes to get there. So we are pushing it a little bit closer than I normally like to do. Passport trucker, how you doing? Well, I came out to Oregon through South Dakota from Ohio and Pennsylvania just about a couple weeks ago, so not too bad. ZZ Top, Billy Idol, and Black Label Society. REO Speedwagon, the other Shine Down and Pop Evil. I have no idea who those are. Oh well. Ah well, so like I said, we got 31 miles to our stop in Rapid City. 30-minute break. Load check, top up our fuel, and then we will be seeing where we can get to. Now we are still in mountain time, so it is 1:50 p.m. which means we'll get to Rapid City about 2:20. But since I am crossing into stuff people do on the highway. No reason. That's there's absolutely no need for that. Take pictures of my truck. No need whatsoever to be doing that. You want to document things? I can play that game too. And I'll do it better. Nope. I'm not the one who just all of a sudden hit their brakes, got over into the fast lane going slow. That's not what you do on the highway. That's dangerous. whatever. So we're getting off here at exit 55, Deadwood Avenue. Well, I also have it saved. See, when I do the live stream, I also save it onto the SD card in the camera as well. So not only is it going directly to Facebook or to YouTube, I also have a second copy on my SD card, which I save on external hard drives, so that people can't say anything about me. Lordy, lordy. Other than that, besides, like I said, the main thing today was the ELD doing what it was doing. This morning, so that kind of puts everything a little bit later in the day. It wouldn't have been as big of a deal if I wasn't crossing, from Mountain Time into Central. It wouldn't have been a big deal. That loses another hour of daylight. So, just compounds things a little bit. Looks like we got a little more construction zone up here. Ah, boy, oh boy. Oh, man. Not too bad of a day otherwise. A little bit of smoke for some grass fires, wildfires up near Lame Deer in Montana. All that traffic by us. Letting the engine do the braking, not touching the brakes, because that's not helping anybody, least of all my truck. Because when I need the brakes, I want them to work, so the less I have to touch them, the better. This is Sturgis, South Dakota. I've always wondered how the actual residents, the majority of residents deal with almost 500,000 bikers coming into town every year. Because that is a lot of people to come into this small town. With the partying, with the loud motorbikes, and that's a lot to absorb for however many days it goes on. I always wonder how they dealt with it. 3 miles left to our stop. But whatever. We will make do with what we can do. So like I said, we tonight I will be posting the announcement videos, the live video, premiere video, whatever they want to call it. And in the description will be the dinners that I've selected for you guys to vote on for Sunday. So if you want, so I'll go ahead and repeat those dinners again, but I will have it listed, and please make your vote by number in the comments, and whatever dinner wins the most votes is the one I do. So number 1, beef and ricotta ravioli. Number 2, barbecue chicken. Number 3, beef, shrimp, or chicken stir fry. Number 4, pineapple chicken. Number 5, beef and potato soup. And as far as dinner for Saturday goes, right now, I have absolutely zero idea what I'm going to make for dinner on Saturday. Just as I have no idea what I'm doing for dinner tonight. But for the past 3 nights, and if you've seen on Facebook, I've posted the picture, I've had ramen 3 nights in a row this week. Yesterday, the day before, and the day before. Suffice to say, I could easily go for another ramen tonight. But I do have chili made from last Saturday, still in the refrigerator. I'm probably going to do chili for dinner tonight just to break it up. Truck must exit to way station. So we're going into the way station here. The way station is open. Barbecue chicken, okie doke. Well, I will count that, Lori, as a vote for barbecue chicken for Sunday. I think what I'm going to do is I've got to find me a Walmart or a grocery store along the way. I think I'll be doing a baked potato. And I think I might be doing coleslaw. I might make some coleslaw, which I have not had in a long time. All right, let's go into the old way station here. Ready. That, you know, if I do barbecue chicken, I think that's what I'll do. You know, my version of coleslaw, which is very different than a lot of people's. And I'll give you the ingredients up front. You know, regular green cabbage, carrots, onion, black pepper, Miracle Whip. That's my recipe. And I don't leave it, I don't chop it up very fine like you're gonna find at like KFC or some other people where they chop everything up and it's a big mush. I like it big, I like it chunky, I like being able to chew it. Tilford, port of entry. Some guy here with a pickup truck is getting an inspection, which I'm sure he's never really had to do, but I'm sure he's enjoying that. Now, because he's not a commercial driver, so 3 miles an hour across the scale here. They're going to weigh each individual axle, make sure we're legal. We're watching our green light, see if it turns yellow or flashes or tells us to pull in. Last wheel is now off of the scale. Not turning green, not turning any other color. So we are good to go, no problems. Which I wouldn't expect any problems because I keep myself legal, and there we go. Oh, you had a problem with your gallbladder? Yeah, you know, digesting fats is always a little bit harder when you don't have a gallbladder. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big mayonnaise fan. You know, mayonnaise just has no flavor to me. I want some flavor in my salad dressing, what they call it. So, you know, I always, you know, 2 pieces of plain white bread, 2 fried eggs, sunny side up, so the yolk is runny. Miracle Whip. That's a sandwich to me. Oh yeah. Well, passport, I don't even try. I don't worry about adding the thumbnail that I want. I just put it up there. It does, you know, the YouTube selects a clip out of the video. It just does it for me. I don't put titles up there. I don't do any of that stuff. So, you know, I'm the wrong person to ask because I never even attempted to do that. I think I put in cards at the end of 1 or 2 videos before, but I'm so far behind I don't even have time to do that. So, all right, so 15 miles down the road, we're getting to our stop here. We have 22 minutes left of drive time before I have to stop and do my 30-minute break. We have 12 minutes approximately, you know, ETA to get there. So we're cutting it close today. Oh, you're behind me again now? that's the same knucklehead who was taking pictures of me, getting into the fast lane, slowing down to take pictures of me. Well, I got your license plate, I got your truck, I got you on film, driving erratically. So we'll see if we get a phone call from safety or whatnot. So. Well, where we go? Okie dokie smoky. I say we're gonna pull in here, do what we gotta do. Load check, tire check, light check. "30-minute break," which we're required to do. Now, like I said, top up our fuel, top up our def. And we will see how far we can get to Murdo with the time that we have. Not too bad of a day today. I mean, there's a little bit of cloud finally here to the south, over top of the into the mountains here to my south. But that's the first real cloud I've seen all day. Passport, yeah, I mean, Lisa, your passport, I don't mind people, taking pictures. They like the way the truck is, all bug guts covered and dirty and filthy, and taking a picture of the load. It's free in public. It's the way they did it that I have a problem with. If you're in front of me in my lane, then all of a sudden slow down, then get in the fast lane to the left, slow down even more just to take a picture of a truck. I'm sorry, I don't think you're just a fan of trucks. I think you're up to something else, entirely different than admiring a truck. That's my view of it, because I think it's dangerous to do that on the highway. I mean, the woman in the passenger seat may have wanted a picture of the truck. The man driving the truck, that pickup, should not have done that. That's dangerous. It just doesn't make a lot of sense in my way of thinking. So there you go. Now, I could have stopped here at Big D, this truck stop right here, to do a 30-minute break, but I'm going to take advantage of the pilot Flying J. I'm going to fill. I'm going to work on my Pilot J points for the month. I'm going to work on getting my my shower power for next month. I have for this month already, so. Pardon me. But exact, 2 birds with 1 stone up here. Get that done. And we got to slow down to 65 up here. Left lane is closed, so we're going to slow down earlier. We don't have to worry about changing lanes, so we'll just wait right here. Got a truck behind us. We got this Jeep flying up on our left-hand side. He's probably going to try to cut in front of me. Yeah, he is. Well, it's almost a Jeep. It's got the Jeep badge on it, but it's not really a Jeep. Middle School. I'll give myself a little more space here, because even though the speed limit is 65, people are slowing down to 60. Brilliant. Black Hills, which is basically where the region we're in right now, Black Hills. Traveling Salvation, how you doing? Welcome to South Dakota. On my RV channel, the Skydiving Pickle. I don't do any videos there yet because I'm not RVing yet, or at all right now. So, but if you ever see the Skydiving Pickle in your feed, that's who I am. Motorcyclists being a bit reckless. Speed limit here is 80 miles an hour. I am unable to go above 70. So I anticipate being passed by cars and motorcycles, but need to pass safely. All right, 6 miles down here to our stop. We need 14 minutes to get on our clock before we have to take our 30-minute break. Alrighty. A little bit of haze from some smoke, looks like up ahead. That's the thing, Lisa, you know, it's like right now the only reason that I'm working non-stop as much as I can is so I can buy my piece of land up near Lake Flathead in Montana. And then once I buy the piece of land, I'll buy an RV to put on it so that I can live in the RV while I build a house. And then maybe after that I can do a bit of traveling once I have some things established. Enough money in the bank to do what I need to do. But I still have 7 more years before I can actually, you know, quit or retire, as it were. So, but we'll see. We will see. You need to put your turn signal on. Why? You don't brake to get on the road. That's how you don't merge on the highway. That is how you do not merge on the highway. You turn your head, you look out the window, you look in your mirror, you have your turn signal on, you speed up or slow down gently to merge in the traffic properly. You don't just hit your brakes to slow down. The top of that ramp is where you start all that process. Signal and looking, adjust, look, adjust, then go. That's how you merge the highway. Nobody is there to need to move over for you. Your job merging on the highway is your responsibility. If somebody moves over for you, they're being nice. They are not required to move over for you. Box Elder Creek. Here we go. Righty. Exit 55, Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City, South Dakota. And we're not going to worry about passing these two RVs, these two travel trailers, and this truck in front of me. We're not going to worry about passing them. We're too close to our exit. So we are just going to wait here behind them. Lord. And here is our pilot. I've stopped here many a times. I've actually stayed overnight here once. No, I've stayed here twice before. Very first time I stayed here, I ate at this restaurant that's here. It wasn't too bad. But I don't intend on going back unless I absolutely have to. It's called Marlin's Family Restaurant. Watch out for the traffic coming over the bridge there. Rapid City, population about 68,000. All right. Okie doke. Now, because of the way this truck stop is set up, we're gonna do our 30-minute break, and then we're going to fill after that. We're not gonna fill, then try to come around and do the 30-minute break. So that's a lot more difficult to do. But we are going to set ourselves up to leave the parking spot and just go straight forward. Because we want to be lazy. It's why we're going to do it this way. So this is a reserved parking spot, but we are not going to be interfering in somebody trying to park. So we'll just back up a little bit when we get ready to leave. All right. rest break, 6 minutes on the clock in order to do that. All right. All right, let's take a look at the load here. Let's take a quick look at the load here. Show you all what I'm carrying. Alrighty. So we have pods moving system. So each one of these pods is about 16 foot long. So we're overhanging the front about 10 inches. We got 3 of these suckers on here. These 2 are going to Nashville. That one's going to Atlanta. And then when we're done, we'll pull straight forward. We'll top up our fuel and our DEF, and we will be good. Other than that, we are A-OK. All right. So like I said, we are just going to continue moving our way down down the road here today. All right, so 110 miles to probably where we're going to stop for the day, depending on what we see. Well, Lewis Legacy, I'm 49 and a half years old right now, so only if you let it die will it die. Well, if I don't take a break, then I'm in violation of the law. I'll get censured by my company. I'll get put in violation. I'll get fines. I'll get points on my license. I'll get a CSA score. That makes it harder to do things in the industry. So, unfortunately, they're telling me I have to take a break, whether I feel I need one or not. But, you know, that's just the way it be. So our clock for a truck driver, there's several numbers we have to abide by. One, we have a 70-hour, quote-unquote, weekly clock. We have a 14-hour work duty clock. We have a 11-hour drive clock. We have an 8-hour, 30-minute break clock. Now, these numbers all work a little bit differently. They all mean something different. We have to abide by them every single day, and the violation of any one of them is a problem. So time management is probably one of the biggest things for being a truck driver that affects everything you do. But other than that, we are okay. But you know, it's always it's always one of those things. It's easier to deal with it on a regular basis than it is to explain it to a non-truck driver. You know, I can give you the cursory explanation of what the numbers mean and how they work, but until you're, until you're doing it every day, it can be very confusing very quickly, which is not always the fun thing by any stretch of the imagination. So but that's that's just the way